Hi, everybody. In Dundee, it's another cold day. So I am indoors, a little tired because I did something the other day that I've not done in maybe 5 or 6 years. It's known, especially if you watch this channel, that I like movies and I like series, and I frequently binge watch stuff. But over a period of 2 to 5 days, the other night I binge watched a series on Netflix that kept me up. I never went to bed until I finished it. I stayed awake all through the night and into the next day. It's on Netflix. It takes place in Taiwan. And I picked it because I liked the title. I write poetry, so there are some words and some phrases, when strung together, I find them intriguing. And the title of this series is called Had I Not Seen the Sun. It sounded melancholic and poetic to me. So intrigued, I began to watch it. Now, on Netflix, this is billed as a thriller. And it is a thriller in the sense that I was so thrilled by what I was watching. And I don't mean excited in that sense, thrill in that sense, but I was so deeply involved in what I was watching, even though I kept telling myself, you're going to go to sleep after this next episode. I never did. So, briefly, it's the story of Tai Wu. It starts out with Tai Wu and Pin Yu. Tai Wu is a guy. They run a film company, and they've decided to interview the notorious rainstorm killer, Li Jianyao. He agrees to be the subject of their documentary. He had turned himself in some years before, and he's currently sitting on death row for a series of murders, all committed on rainy days, hence the name the Rainstorm Killer. He killed his father and 10 of his former classmates from his high school. He admitted to the murders, but he never, ever told people why he did it. So as Pin Yu begins her visits to the prison to start the documentary and ask him questions, things are going along fairly well until she asks him a specific question about a young woman he used to know back in high school, at which point he leaves the room and then he sends them a letter, the company, stating that he's withdrawing from the project. He no longer wishes to be a part of this project. He withdraws his permission. They can still do the documentary if they want to, but they will have to do it without him. So Pin Yu, after the first 3 interviews, she begins to have really strange dreams. And there's a girl in these dreams. And her best friend, young child, thinks she's losing her mind. So, intrigued and disturbed by the dreams, she decides she's going to do some research on her own into Li Jianyao's past to see what she can dig up. They call it a thriller. They call it a prison drama, but it's more than that. I would say it's more about trauma, the scars that remain following severe childhood trauma. It's about the things rich and powerful people do to people who are poor and therefore have no power. And it takes place between 3 years. It goes back and forth, I should say, amongst the 3 years. 2007, which is when the killer was in high school. 2014, which is when he is released from prison for an attempted stabbing, an attempted murder, but the kid didn't die, not till later. And then 2023, which is the present. Well, you know what I mean, the present. So it's deeply disturbing. So if you are a person who is easily disturbed or prone to having nightmares after watching something, this is not for you. It got a 7.6 on the IMDb movie site, and there were a lot of people who absolutely loved it. I won't rate it. I can't say that I loved it. I will say I did not dislike it. Obviously, I didn't if I stayed up all through the night to watch it. There are 10 episodes, 1 hour each, and at the end, I'm trying to give you as little spoilers as possible. You realize that there is going to be a part 2. So I'm hoping that they do season 2 as quickly as possible, because the way I like to binge watch things, like I'll go back to the beginning to refresh my memory before watching the new season, like I recently did with Stranger Things. I watched all the previous episodes and then got to the new season. This was so disturbing, I'm not sure if I could watch it again. Having said that, it's definitely worth watching. Again, it's on Netflix currently, and it's called Had I Not Seen the Sun. One other thing I want to tell you, even though it's supposedly about the serial killer, they do it differently this time. They don't show the murders. I think the way episode 10 ends, they will cover the murders in greater detail in season 2. But what they spend all of season 1 covering is the killer's childhood and his adolescence. Something went very wrong to turn him into a killer. And as the layers of his life unfold, you just, you can't help but watch, because you keep hoping that someone will rescue this kid. And I will give you one spoiler. Episode 8 is particularly disturbing. When you get to episode 8, you're going to keep hitting stop and leaving the room. I guarantee it. So that's what Kathy watched and finished, and you should give it a watch. It is good. Right, that's it for me today. I'm not watching anything on the heels of that. What's today? Today is Thursday. I finished it actually Wednesday around noon. I finished it, so I haven't watched anything since then because I'm still processing what I saw. It was that powerful. So if anybody can suggest something, preferably light-hearted, to watch, leave it down in the comments below. As always, thank you for spending part of your day with me. And thank you for sharing the link to my channel with your friends or whoever. If it's your birthday today, happy birthday. If you've gotten a raise or something good has happened, like you became a grandparent for the first time or anything good, congratulations. If things are going poorly for you at the moment, think good thoughts and good will come to you. And until the next time, as always, stay safe and live well. Bye for now.